So, hi, welcome, I'm Katie and... Well, do you enjoy December so far? I hope you do, because I sure do, and I am really excited about Christmas. So, yes, I hope you're feeling the same way. But even though Christmas is upon us, let's look back on autumn and talk about all the books that I bought in autumn, which are in total 25 books. Now, in September, in the beginning of September, there was my birthday, so because I already showed you all the books that I bought there, I'm excluding those books from this haul. So if you want to know what kind of books I bought for my birthday, from like gift cards and stuff like that, you can click here or here, I don't know in which corner, I'm confused every time. That will take you to that video, but lo and behold, I had some audio issues at that time and I didn't know about it, so the audio is a little bit choppy and not so good. So yeah, but hey, let's talk about all the other books that I bought. First, I bought 3 little volumes of poetry books, which are these little guys here. This one is September themed, this one is October themed, and this one is November themed. I didn't know about those. This Reclam, this publishing house, has basically... Oh, I'm smearing my lipstick already. This publishing house has poetry books, poetry collections of various German poets, with poems of various German poets in it, and they are all themed for 1 month in the year. So I've got the autumn, the 3 autumn books, September, October and November, and I've already read a few poems, and they are wonderful, and I think I will have a lot of fun dipping in and out of them during the years to come when these months come around. The next book that I've bought is this copy of The Little Prince, which was written by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly. If you're French or capable of the French language, you might find this horrendous, the way that I just butchered this name, and I'm very sorry. I bought the German copy, obviously, since I'm German, and this has little illustrations in it, like that. And I had this story on a cassette tape, but I can't find the cassette tape anymore, so I bought it, because why not? It's a charming little story. The next book I bought is a fairy tale collection. It is called Steampunk Fairy Tales by various authors, and I will list all the books, obviously, as usual, in the description below, so you can check them out. I bought this book mainly because this cover reminded me of the Art Nouveau art style that I really enjoy and love, and I thought, hey, why not steampunky reimagined fairy tales? It's a very short book, I haven't read it yet, but we shall see about this. Next book that I've bought was actually, I don't have it here because, as you may know by this time, I have 2 homes where I live, and I've got some books in Heidelberg because, you know, books are kind of heavy, and when I'm traveling back and forth and I have to, because I have no laundry machine, I don't have a washing machine in Heidelberg, so I have to, you know, I have to transport my dirty laundry 1.5 hours by train to my home and wash it there, and then transport the clean laundry back to Heidelberg. So that is very heavy, so I don't tend to transport books back and forth that often, so I've left all those books in Heidelberg. But the next book that I've bought is called The Silk Roads by Peter Frankopan. I saw it in the bookstore, it sounded interesting. I love reading about foreign places. It's very big, it's a very big book, and it's about the Silk Road, and yeah, we shall see. I'm planning on reading it in summer because it makes me think of heat and things like that, so planning on reading it in summer. And also I want to read more non-fiction. Then I bought a book several times this month. I've bought in total 8 copies of this book. It is Neil Gaiman's Coraline, and I've already had a copy, but I wasn't happy with the cover and with the size of the book, of the copy that I've had, and I saw this in my local bookstore here in my hometown, so I bought it. And then I bought a German copy for my little cousin for her birthday. And then, because right now I'm at a school and going to be a teacher and doing like a internship kind of thing, and I have a group of 5 students with who I have to read a book, and I decided to read Coraline. So I bought 6 German copies of Coraline for this group of students. So yeah, I bought it. I've already read the book in German, the book in English. Now I'm reading it in German right now with my students. It's going well so far. I don't think they are particularly blown away by the story, and well, it's kind of difficult to work with them because they are very unmotivated to read in general. So, but we shall see. I mean, it's okay. I can deal with it. So there's another book that I didn't bring here, which is called Augustus by John Williams. I stumbled upon it in my bookstore in my train station, where I spent like 4 hours basically every week because I travel a lot by train. So I bought it. Looked interesting. Never read something by John Williams, so we shall see if I like it. I'm not quite sure what it's about. Some Roman emperor, so okay, let's see about that. And now there are 3 books that I've bought, and I think I bought all of them used, you know, because it's a lot cheaper and I don't oppose used books. You know what I mean? And I came upon these books on Goodreads and thought they were very interesting. I've already showed you Dreams Underfoot by Charles de Lint in my winter TBR video. But yeah, I bought the first 3 books of the, what is it called? Newford series, which is consisting of various books that don't really necessarily have anything to do with each other, and I thought that concept was very interesting, so I thought I might give it a chance. So the first book is called Dreams Underfoot, and then we have From a Whisper to a Scream, which is more of a thriller, I think, and then we have The Dreaming Place, which is very short and I should read it in absolutely no time at all. So another book that I bought, and I don't have a physical copy of it here at this point, is Graceling by Kristin Cashore. And I bought this book mainly because Sam from Thoughts on Tomes is always speaking about this book, and I saw it in a bookstore in Heidelberg and I just bought it because I thought, well, what the hell, let's just see what it's about. Yeah, I think it's a middle grade book, a children's book, kind of. So yeah, that's my jam anyways. And I also bought 3 books that you've already seen maybe in my nonfiction November videos, and they are these 3 books. The first book, Weird Things Customers Say in Bookshop. The second book, More Weird Things Customers Say in Bookshop. And the Bookshop book, all by the lovely Jen Campbell. And I bought them for Nonfiction November, read them, loved them. Not talking anymore about them because you might get annoyed. But yes, I loved them. Yeah, they were a lot of fun. So there's another book that I don't have a physical copy here with me, and that is M Train by Patti Smith. And I saw it in the bookstore. I've always wanted to read Just Kids by Patti Smith. I don't own that book. I haven't read it until now, but I saw M Train and I read the description, and it's about Frida Kahlo and coffee and things and writing and other things that I like, and I enjoy Patti Smith's music, so I thought, why not? And the next book that I bought, you can also blame another YouTuber for, and it is called Dragon Prince by Melanie, Rawn. I saw this in a used bookshop here in Germany, and I recognized it, and I thought, hey, Sam from Sam's Nonsense talked about this and she kind of liked it, so I like big fantasy books. So also it's pretty, it's yellow, why not? Well, why not? Can I just ask you a question real quick? Do you really like watching this? Like watching me talk about books that I just bought? Because it is really weird for me to talk about these books, because you see, I can't really say anything about them, because most of them I just bought them. I can't really talk, I can't really tell you anything about them. So it feels very weird to me to say, well, then I've bought this book, and then I've bought that book, and look at this book that I spent my money on. So it is really weird for me. Do you actually enjoy this type of video? Is my question. So please let me know. And then there's a book that I just bought at the very last day of November. It is called Radiance by Catherynne and Valente, and I do really enjoy Catherynne and Valente's Fairyland series. So I thought 20s, sci-fi, silent films, which is also a very passion of mine, silent films. So I bought it. Also, the cover is great. I will read it and probably love it, and hope I will love it. Another book that I spent my money on is Dante Alighieri's The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. I'm not Italian, so excuse my butcherings of names. Yes, I think it's a pretty accurate translation with a lot of information at the end, so I do enjoy that, and I think these are the kind of classics that you really have to read once in a lifetime. So I bought it because I bought a new edition because as I said, because I don't have a washing machine in Heidelberg, I have to basically come home every weekend, because also I'm filming here at home. So I'm coming home every weekend, and but I live in a very, very small village, and usually I have to travel by train, and then another train, and then a bus, and then I'm home, hopefully. So I always have to wait for the bus in this one city, and there was a bookstore in this city not very far from the train station, which is also where the bus leaves. So I always went to this bookstore, and this bookstore closed, and I was so sad. But then they reopened across the street and expanded, and they are so amazing, and the booksellers working there are so amazing, because I'm always coming there with my big bag, and they always allow me to put this bag behind the counter, and so they watch it when I'm browsing for like 3 hours in this bookstore, and I always end up buying a lot of books when I'm there. So yes, it's a win-win situation for everybody. Not really for my financial situation, but You get what I'm saying. So I bought this is where I bought the Divine Comedy, and yes, looking forward to reading this book. I could also title this video Story Time with some books. Also a book that I bought at the very last moment, at the very end of November, is called Der Fürst des Nebels by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I think his name is pronounced because he is a Spanish author. I bought obviously a German copy, but this book has been translated into many different languages. One of the English titles is The Prince of Mist, and I saw this book a while ago in another bookshop, and I thought, shall I not? And then I just bought it because I couldn't stop thinking about, should I go back and buy this book, or shouldn't I go back and buy this book? Should I go back and buy this book? And then I thought, well, if you're still thinking about it, maybe you should just buy it. Just do it. Just do it. So yes, I haven't read any Spanish literature, so that's a new experience. And the next book that I've bought is also a book that I bought because of from Sam's Nonsense, because she told me it was good and I trust her. It is called The Red Knight by Miles Cameron. It is a very big book. It's the first in a series. I don't know how many books are in this series, but I'm very much looking forward to reading this. This will probably take me some time to get through, but yes, looking very much forward to this. Why not? I love my fantasy books. And then there is a book that you may have seen in my winter TBR video. It is called Das Schiff by Andreas Bandhorst. This is a sci-fi book. I also bought another book by him, which is called Omni, which just came out this very year. And I haven't read this book. I've read one of his books, which you can barely see. It's up here, which is also a very big sci-fi book, and I really enjoyed it. He has a very great writing style, well, at least in this one book that I've read. But I think he's a very good writer, and he is also a translator. Fun fact, he's the guy who translated Terry Pratchett's Discworld series from English to German. So yes, I know he's capable of, language, of using language and using it correctly, and understanding language, and how to use words, and that, words, the way you put them together can change the meaning, and I think he knows a lot about language. Yes, and the next book that I've bought, you've probably already seen it in my autumn wrap-up video. I've also made a complete 5-minute long video about this book, review video about this book. It's called Hounds of Autumn by Heather Blackwood. I've bought it in autumn, I've read it in autumn. It has autumn in the title, I loved it. If you want to know more, watch the other videos. Shameless self-promotion. Yes, it's wonderful. It's a murder mystery, a steampunky kind of book, but with the steampunk elements not overpowering and getting annoying or anything. So yes, can highly recommend this book. And then the last book, we've almost made it. The last book that I've bought is The Sleeper and the Spindle by Neil Gaiman and illustrated by Chris Riddell. I really like Neil Gaiman, I really like Chris Riddell's illustrations, and I think I've read, at this point I've read half of it, and I don't know why I stopped, but I'm going to continue reading it very soon. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. So yes, that was it. You've made it to the end of this video. Congratulations. So yes, these are all the books that I've bought in autumn, that is in September, October and November. I'm doing this quarterly because I kind of feel very weird talking about books that I bought, because there's nothing else I can tell you about them. So if you enjoy these type of videos, please, I don't know, let me know, leave a comment or give it a thumbs up or something like that. Otherwise, I hope you have a lovely Sunday, and I hope you will have a lovely week next week and don't get sick or anything that annoying. And if you're sick, I hope you're getting better. So have a lovely week and goodbye. Bye, 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 bye. See you in my next video. Bye.